Skylark Outdoors here, and today we're going to show you how to adjust the Head PR11 ski bindings, which we've got right here. These are also known as Head Demo bindings or the Head Power Rail bindings. And Head and Tyrolia are the same company, just with some different branding on here. So you may have a Tyrolia binding that looks like this with the power rails here and here. These instructions will also be valid for that. But before we do that, please give us that thumbs up and subscribe. We're going to have a lot of cool content coming up in 2025 and 2026. It's November right now, so we're doing gear reviews. But as soon as we start getting some snow, we're going to have some really cool stuff and content for you. So please subscribe, and if you want to support us or if this helped you out, you can buy us a coffee or click the link below to be a Patreon. So these are the Head PR11 ski bindings right here. They are an adjustable binding, also known as a demo binding. The first thing that we need to do is adjust the boot length on these. So why they call them PR is for power rail, and a lot of newer Head skis will have these. What it is you mount these rails to the skis, and that allows you to be interchangeable with a lot of different types of bindings. So to remove the binding and or put a different binding on there or put a binding on, all you've got here is this little lever right here that allows you to move the binding to wherever you need it to go and or remove it or put it on. So how to do this, you're going to look at the bottom of your boot. You're going to find the length of the boot. So this one is 335 millimeters. The other number is the actual fit of the boot, which is 290 to 295. But this number right here, 335, that is the actual length of the boot. So we're going to adjust the front binding here. We're going to find 335, and then we're going to leave that there. So we've made the adjustment here. It says 335 to 342. That is what we've got the front toe piece set on, so we're good right there. Now we're going to adjust the rear binding. There is a similar lever right here, and we're going to adjust that the same thing to the range of 335, which would be this 331 to 338. So I'm just going to lift up the lever right here, and we're going to move it forward. Okay, there we go. That is 331 to 338. So that should be good for us. Now, one thing to note, we just showed you how to change the bindings and the adjustment for your particular boot. We're going to show you the DIN settings. If you don't know what DIN is, or you're not familiar with how to adjust ski bindings and what the purpose is, I recommend you go to a ski shop. There's all kinds of settings for the DIN based on your height and weight and your ski style to make sure that you're safe and you do what you're supposed to be doing. So this is for informational purposes only. If you don't know what DIN settings are or how to be safe, go see a professional and get that done there. So now we've adjusted this to the proper length. So theoretically, this should work. What we're going to do is just press the boot in. It's a little bit harder on the table here, but we'll make it work, okay? All right, we got the boot in there. And what I want you to look at, we'll take a look down here. We'll really zoom in and show you. You've got these indicator marks right here, and they need to be behind this plastic housing. You have to have at least one line behind the plastic housing. That is the forward pressure on the toe piece of the boot. So you can see we do have one that is pretty much in line with that housing for the forward pressure. So this is probably okay. However, I've tested this boot out, and I actually want to get my housing aligned more kind of with the middle of the forward pressure. So even though on this particular boot we lined it up with 335, you still need to check this forward pressure indicator right here and make sure that it's kind of like in the middle of this is ideal. Technically, they say with one you should be fine, but you also don't want to have all of them connected because otherwise, or all of them covered, because otherwise that's too much forward pressure. So we're going to make that adjustment right now. I'll show you that in a second and how to make this just one notch slower. But because we've got the boot and the binding here, I just wanted to show you the DIN setting because it's harder to see once we have the tail of the binding down. Right now we're at 4 here in the rear, or almost 5. You've got a little red indicator that shows you where the DIN setting is. So that's how you're going to adjust this. You're going to adjust here in the back. You want to make that adjustment when the boot's not in there. So we're going to pull the boot out. Just press down, pull the boot, okay? And all we want to do is move this up just one. So I'm going to just lift up on that rear lever, and it should click in. That's the first click that we got. So we are right now, let's see what that one was. That one just went one up 330. And that's just because for boot pressure, size of the boot, there is some tolerance in there in the binding, power rail, all that stuff. So now you can see we are slightly smaller, 323 to 330, but we left this forward one the same. And what that's going to do is increase the forward pressure on the boot, which is what we wanted to get that rear indicator more correctly aligned. Okay, now you're going to see as we zoom in here, our rear indicator now is pretty much perfect where we want it. That housing is aligned, it's 2 notches in, it's right in the middle there. That indicates that we have proper forward pressure, so we are good to go right there. So I'm going to remove this boot, and now we're going to adjust the DIN settings on the Tyrolia PR 11 ski binding, which stands for Power Rail. So I'm going to adjust the front up here, and because of visual angles of the camera and everything, it's not going to look exact. I would definitely make sure I have these right when I ski them. But your indicator is this white notch, and then there's a little black line in there. If you want to go up and in, you're just going to turn clockwise. That's going to put you up further in the DIN settings. So let's say I wanted to go to 7. I just keep turning until I get to 7. Now I am on indicator at the 7, so I'm good to go. And I would be more precise if I was doing this for my final ski season, but I'm just doing it for the demonstration. But you want to get it aligned exactly where your DIN chart shows you for your height, weight, and ski style. Now I'm going to do the same thing in the rear here, and the place that you're going to insert the screwdriver, there is a little spot right there for a flathead and or a Phillips head. So we're going to do the same thing. And in the rear, it's the same thing here. You're going to twist clockwise for a higher DIN, counterclockwise for a lower DIN, and I'm going to get up to 7. And that is going to be what I want. So there we go. I'm pretty close to 7. And you can see the indicator right there. You want to make sure that you are precise as possible when you get this set up. And you're going to double check this to make sure you're at the right DIN setting. You want to make sure that you have your DIN setting at the front and the back exactly the same. And then you are all set. So that is how you adjust the Head PR ski binding, also known as a Tyrolia ski binding. And I do like these power rails. I'll take them completely off just so you can see what a Head power rail is, or Tyrolia power rail. You just can slide anything on and off of there. So let's say you wanted like a protector binding. You can put those on there, and the protector bindings are those new bindings that are designed to protect your knees a little bit better. They have a DIN setting both in the front and the back, and they actually have a third DIN setting in the rear that is designed for lateral movement. So it's designed to prevent lateral kind of tearing injuries. And then when I want to put this on, you just slide this on. I think these pair of skis, these are Head Core 80s, actually came with the power rails on there, like direct from the ski store. This was sold as kind of like a whole package. The ski store I got them from was going out of business. And that meant that you could just slide on whatever bindings you wanted that fit that power rail. So it's called the Head Power Rail. Also compatible with a lot of Tyrolia bindings that will accept this power roll package, because Head and Tyrolia are basically the same company, just kind of different branding, different lines that have been around for a long time. So I hope you enjoyed this video of how to adjust your Head Power Rail 11 bindings, or Head demo bindings, or Tyrolia demo bindings. Hope to see you next time. Please give us that thumbs up, subscribe, and we appreciate you.